The G87 M2 was quite the controversial car when it was first announced. People said it's ugly, it's this, that, the other thing. And then when Chris Harris got his hands on it and test drove it, I think it started to change some minds. But he did say the car came up short in a few places, specifically the exhaust and the ride height, not ideal. But that's gonna change today because we've got this brand new G87 M2 here today. It's getting exhaust and lowering springs. So let's pull it out and take a look at this guy. That might have been one of the most underwhelming cold starts I've ever seen. Exhaust has got to go. This M2 is getting a Valvetronic Designs exhaust. Now this will be a cap back exhaust, so it's just everything from the downpipes back to the tips, and getting that swapped out today. So hopefully that should open things up to sound a little better. We're gonna drive it around stock as is right now to get a good baseline for how the stock exhaust sounds so we can compare it to the Valvetronic Designs exhaust. But before we head out, we are going to measure how tall the car sits right now up to the center of the wheel well. This way we can know exactly how much we lower the car with the H&R lowering springs that are going on it also today. That pretty much covers our basis for today. So let's measure this and get to cruising. So we have, so the rear is 28 inches on the dot. I'll show that. Okay, so that's straight up and down. We got real science going on here. 28 inches. So 28 inches on the rear. That's kind of nice that it's on the dot. Makes this easy math later. I imagine this will be very similar. Just want to cover the bases. Yeah, all right, so 28. So we're 28 inches all around. These wheels are not a square setup. That is a very loud. This is not a square setup. These are staggered wheels. So we got 19s on the front, 20s on the rear. The fronts have 275s, the rears are 285s. Somebody else wants to do the math to figure out how wide that is. I'm not your guy, but I'm sure there's somebody else out there that's smart. So like I said earlier, the G87 M2 was a very controversial car when it first came out. Now that people are getting their hands on it, like Chris Harris did, arguably the greatest M2 BMW's ever made, which you'd like to think that, like any new car, like it to be the biggest and baddest and best. All right, here we go. Don't fall. Oh yeah, we're just riding out first gear. I'm not gunning it by any means, but she wants to eat. You can definitely hear that valved exhaust a little better than I thought you would. So from the factory, these make 453 horsepower and 406 foot-pounds of torque. Oh yeah, these downshifts are sick. We're not trying to do anything crazy. We just want to hear the exhaust. So if we just hold out these revs a little bit. That's torquey. The inline six turbocharged. I mean, you do get a valved exhaust from the factory. It's not the best, but you do get it. Get a big brake kit. The wheels look pretty good on it. They could use some better fitment. Maybe some spacers would go a long ways. Golly, like it's a really cool interior. This is a cool car. I'm really excited to hear how this new exhaust sounds and if it feels any different being lowered. You know, we're not slamming the car. We're just giving it a little bit more tasteful attitude on it. So we're not doing this install ourselves. We're taking it to our good friends at Murthas. They're gonna slap this on for us today and then we'll get the car back. You know, we get to have all the fun without all the work. Yeah, so shoot. Real drive, inline six, turboed. Boy, this is a cool car. Okay, one last pull here. This thing is sick.
So right now we're dropping off the M2 at Murtha Motorsports. Aaron had to step away to go film another video. These guys are gonna get the Valvetronic exhaust installed as well as some carbon fiber little accent pieces and the VR Tune tuning box. We'll come pick this up once it's done. see how it sounds.
Right, so it is Monday. We dropped the car off on Friday, so the weekend went by, which gave us a little bit of time to wait for the coilovers to show up in the mail. We weren't totally sure when they were going to arrive yet, so super pumped. They showed up this morning, so we're going to do a quick unboxing to show you guys what we're putting on the car. We'll drop those off at Murtha's, and then we're going to elaborate a little bit on this VR-tuned tuning box that we're throwing in the car as well. Okay, so these are the H&R VTF Adjustable Lowering Springs, and VTF stands for that word right there that I'm not going to try to pronounce because I will butcher it. So yes, these are adjustable lowering springs, meaning they're not coilovers, so you use the factory shocks with these. What it allows you to do is use these collars that it comes with. We'll pop one of these open. So the springs come with these collars that allow you to fine tune, and according to H&R, this will lower your car about 1 inch to 1.5 inches depending on how you set up. You're getting a slight perk of what aftermarket coilovers would be in terms of height adjustment, but you're not losing any of your like factory function with these. So I believe this one would be the rear springs. This is a fancier lowering spring kit. You get the ease of installation with going with lowering springs rather than full-on coilovers. Here's the front spring as well. At least I think this is the front and rear. We'll see if I'm wrong. But yeah, not much to it. Really cool little kit. I'm not gonna unbox the whole thing. I don't wanna screw this up for the guys at Murtha's installing it. Let's run these over to Murtha's real quick so they can get started on these. So thankfully Murtha's is really close. So running this stuff back and forth, it's super quick. But they also said the factory exhaust is completely off, so I'm assuming the Valvetronic exhaust is on the car, so we might get to hear it real fast. I don't know yet. Borrowed Dylan's truck real quick to go get that. My car would not fit these massive exhausts from BMW. Now, I might be proven wrong here in a second, but I'm pretty sure this exhaust is one piece. I honestly don't know if all BMWs are like that. I just know the G80 M3 is, and it sounds like this one might be as well. So we're about to go find out. So be there in just a second. This is indeed the exhaust. I gotta take back, so that'll work out. That should fit pretty good in the truck. Okay. All right, got that taken care of. It's not super tight. Oh yeah, that ain't going anywhere. All right, and just like that, back we go. So those guys were definitely on their lunch break, so I feel a little bad. So we didn't get to hear the exhaust, but that's all right. It'll just be that much sweeter when we do. But I guess for now, we'll just play the waiting game and wait till we get the phone call to hear that it's done. Pretty pumped on that. It's gonna be a good one. Alrighty, so just like that, it's been a few days and the car is ready to be picked up at Murtha's. So to quickly recap so far, Murtha's installed the Valvetronic Designs exhaust, the H&R Adjustable Lowering Springs, a VR-tuned tuning box. We'll dive into that in a little bit. And they also installed some carbon bits. But the only thing we gotta do first is take it in to get an alignment. So obviously we lowered the car and then your camber and toe falls out when you do that. If you don't get an alignment, you're gonna have really bad uneven tread wear on your tires, meaning you're gonna burn through tires really quick. Personally, I've done that. I lowered my old 8.6 and I burned through 2 sets of tires within I think it was 6 or 8 months. I wasn't even commuting all that much, but I don't recommend it. If you're gonna lower your car, even if it's just lowering springs, get an alignment done, save yourself time and money later. You're welcome. All right, so we're here at Murtha's. Let's hear how she sounds.
Hi camera, it's me, Shane. We're gonna get cold starts.
What? What? The alignment shop is Marzaki's. It sounds so much better. The old one was so quiet. This is significantly louder.
Who was sitting in this seat?
So we're going to Marzaki's.
Marzaki?
We're going to Marzaki's. That's the alignment shop. Oh, we gotta go. Gotta go. Oh my gosh. This car's fun, dude.
It's punchable.
All right, so we're here pulling the car in. We're gonna get this bad boy aligned. There's a dog. Hi. Oh, hello. 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 Oh, see you later. All right. The car just got dropped off. The guys at Marzaki's did a killer job. The car's all aligned now and they detailed it. She's looking shiny. So now that the car is back, we have a few things to do on our checklist. Number 1, we need to go drive the car. I'm trying to hear this thing scream. Number 2, we need to measure the ride height to see exactly how much we lowered it. And number 3, we need to go over our VR-Tune tuning box to show you guys what that's all about. But for now, let's just go drive this thing and let's go rip it a little bit. Okay, first impressions, drives like maybe a tiny bit little bumpier, but not like, nothing noticeable. Sound-wise, the exhaust is definitely louder. Not super loud, like it's what somebody would want if they want a cool exhaust. It's not like it's a catless, like race exhaust. However, I do think if you were to get some high flow cats, I think that would do this car a lot of justice in that sense. But it really needs some spacers. The wheels are just kind of sunk in still. You either need wider wheels or some spacers. So pick your poison on that one. Everybody has a million different reasons as to which way you could go, but either one will do you justice if you just want to, if you want to do it affordable or you want to get some cool wheels. There's options. So sport, Manuel. Dude, this thing's rowdy. That was with traction control on too. It wanted to kick the tires out. And so that was purely foot brake with traction control on. I'm a little slightly impressed. And it sounded sick. Everywhere we're driven so far, I'm hearing the tires kicking up rocks. They are sticky. These are sticky tires from the factory. I'm a little surprised. Maybe I'm just driving through a lot of gravel. I mean, we're on normal roads. I don't feel like I normally kick up this much dirt. We take this road quite a bit. I'm gonna launch it again. Okay, I'm gonna make sure the valves are open though. I'm pretty sure that might have been closed. Okay, let's just make sure. That's open. Closed. Open. Okay. Stop beeping at me. Oh, because it sees the microphone. I know. We're just gonna go with the beep. Okay, so that's closed. Open. For being traditionally a V8 guy, I'm here for this. Those shifts sounded so cool. Dude, the tires got saucy. And this car's relatively affordable. You get an exhaust, you lower it, wheels and tires, downpipes, and intake. That's all you need left.
He needs to get bullied for that launch. That was so much better. That was so good.
Well, we'll do another launch since we're here. The best part is, temps are fantastic. So we did what? Probably 8 pulls there total. I'm telling you right now, if we did that in my car, I'd be cooking. I'd be cooking. All right, so we're wrapping this thing up. So officially the car lowered about 1 inch with these adjustable lowering springs. They turned out really cool. So we keep all the factory like suspension bits in terms of like the different M modes where you can adjust like the stiffness and drivability of the suspension. So you keep all that stuff, we just get to lower the car a little bit and you keep all that good stuff. It's a good time. And then obviously we installed the Valvetronic Designs Valvetronic Exhaust. It is titanium, really lightweight, really good sounding, just get a lot of cool tones and burbles. The real kicker is that we installed this VR tuned tuning box, and these are really cool plug and play application that you can put on a lot of different types of cars.
Yeah, the tuning box was really a cool last minute upgrade that we're currently in testing phases. So we'll see what this can do and make another video where we can see exactly how much power the car makes with and without the tuning box. Super easy plug and play application to squeeze some more horsepower out of the engine, and shouldn't have any issues with warranty or anything like that. You can always just unplug it, plug it back in. No need to reflash. Any trips to the dealership are easy and problem-free.
Needless to say, this is a really cool start to modifying your G87 M2. Just a lot of cool, tasteful mods to it, and there's more to come. Hopefully this car comes back, we can do a few more things to it, but that wraps up for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Well, let us know in the comments what you guys thought below, and we'll see you next time. Peace.